All right. I want to welcome y'all to the broadcast. I'm your host, D9, and today we're going to be showing you how to set up Matomo, or Matomo, I should say. Let me correct that. This is a Google Analytics alternative. If you're familiar with Google Analytics, helps monitor and kind of track web traffic going to your website. This is a cloud and self-hosted, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a self-hosted Matomo install that you can run on premise on your own hosted server. I'm JC, aka Bobby D9. This is Be With TV. Stay with me, buckle up, sit back, and enjoy the ride. I'll be right back. All right, so if you stay with me here, uh, we're gonna be installing. I'm gonna show you how to install Matomo, this Google Analytics alternative. This should be a pretty straightforward install. I got my server already up and running here. So if you want to follow along with me, or if you have a server, something you can turn up similar that you can want to follow along with me, go ahead and get that ready, and let's get started. So most of these, hold on, I guess I gotta, I need to refresh because I'm not, give me a second here. I logged myself out of yeah. All right, there we go. No, I don't want you don't. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and update our server. And most of these, like I kind of mentioned before on some previous videos, most of these installs, they require web database and PHP functionality. So we're going to, first things first, we're going to set up a Linux LAMP server. We're running Ubuntu 20.04. We got the focal fossa. So let me finish we'll upgrade this. Make sure everything's all good to go. So we're going to install this start to finish, and once we're done, we'll have a working web application, Matomo, that we can use to set up web monitoring and analytics. And what I say, because most of and I guess while that's running there, we'll take a look at the so required configuration to run Matomo. So basically you need a web server, Apache Nginx, IIS, Lightspeed, etc. This is the v4.x, requires PHP version PHP version 7.25 or greater. It says works with PHP 8 as well. MySQL version 5.5 or greater, or MariaDB. Enabled by default PHP extensions PDO and PDO MySQL, or the MySQLi extension. We can run Matomo as the various Linux servers, Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Raspberry Pi, OS, etc., Windows, Mac server, FreeBSD. All right, so we want to make sure our server pretty much meets these requirements. All right, we're done here. All right, I'm going to show you the this is going to be the down hard, quick, fast way to set up your LAMP server here. Install CASHAPP. So if you install this task select is TEASKSEL, install that. Once you have that installed, we're going to simply say test. We're going to run it. And it brings us to a software selection screen for Ubuntu, and as you can see there, bam, we have LAMP server. That's all we need. We just want LAMP. Go there, and this is pretty good if you want to kind of go through. It'll set up any kind of other Ubuntu installation or derivative for you. So we're going to choose LAMP. We're going to OK that. And that's going to install our LAMP server for us. All the required Apache and PHP, MySQL, or MariaDB. Now this is the this is the most efficient way, I guess you can say, quickest, efficient way to get the LAMP server installed and set up very easily. Otherwise, the manual way you can actually install. There are some applications that'll require you to use a different version, let's say of PHP. Some web applications might require you to use a specific version of PHP. So doing this type of LAMP setup may not be the most effective way. So you may sometimes want to install your server services individually. Apache's pretty much standard across the board, or Nginx. Those are there's no various versions. You want to pretty much use most recent version of those. It varies. Your database in PHP will vary. Some web applications will require a specific version of PHP, and you'll have some that require a specific version of MySQL. But in this case, what we're doing, I think we'll be okay just running the standard task select LAMP install. And don't hesitate, don't forget, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Very much appreciated. The channel can only grow with subscribers like you, so it's very much appreciated. All right, so now that is done, let's I want to check just we'll do some make sure some things are started up here. If I can type right. So some of this stuffish. I think what kind of database did it install here for us? SQL 8. Let's take a look. Just to make sure the services are started and they're enabled to start on startup. And what you can do is there we go. Our MySQL is running. We'll take a look at I don't know why I did that. Status of our Apache. Okay, we got that. It's up and running. You're gonna get that. That's till you kind of you have to change the server name or update that because it's using the local host. So that's normal. But our everything looks active and running. First, I think next thing what we'll do is which is pretty common and standard. We'll secure the database. I always sometimes forget that command to do that. I had it backwards, that's why. There we go. All right, so you want to do MySQL _ secure _ installation. Hit enter. Okay. Oh, hold on. I think let's we need to set you need to set your root password so it'll connect correctly here. So let's do this. All right, there we go. Now let's validate blah 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 checks. Would you like to set up validate password component? I'm gonna say yes. Okay, password. This I'm doing the wrong thing. Please enter 1 2. Okay. Do you wish to continue with password provided? Yes. All right, there we go. Set that for the where we got our password entered in there correctly. All right, now this is secure part. Remove anonymous users. You want to typically say yes. Disallow root login remotely. Yes. Remove test database and access to it. Yes. Reload privileged tables now. Yes. All right, done. Now we've got our LAMP server is pretty much set up here as far as our services. So now if we go back, let's go back to our setup process here. So pretty much we need to download the Matomo install. So let's refer back to our server here. We're gonna navigate to the var directory and right here, and let's go ahead and we're gonna copy this line here. Copy that line there and paste in there. Oh, I gotta install wget, I guess. All right, let me do that. And I think there's some PHP things I need to install as well. Some additional things, such as, let me find that. I'm sorry, I may not need that because those might be installed by default. So we got that. Oh, I need to install my wget. Did that, go back. Now we should be able to go ahead and grab that. Right. Oh, okay. If I have that. So make sure you install wget and unzip. So I want to just do that so we know we got that from scratch. Boom. Boom. Okay, that's what you've done. Okay. And then we've got our Matomo. Alright, and there you have it. So that's there. Now if we refer back from what it says, open up our web browser. And go to Matomo. So let's take a look, see what our IP is. It's 10.0.3.24. Okay. Matomo. Not found on this server. Okay. And I think I know why I don't have you know, one thing that I do like to install additional is Webmin. It just really acts as an easy method to set up your server. So we got to not verify, put the key. So hold on, let me do this. I missed so this, if I forgot, I got a fresh server here, so I need to install these GNU packages too as well. GNU PG and GNU PG1, GNU PG2. There we go. So those are necessary to add your the keys actually. So now I'm gonna redo that. There we go. So we should be good to go there. Now let's go ahead and do the Webmin. All right, there we go. So that takes it'll take a couple of minutes to load up Webmin. And what I'll need to do is create a Apache, a virtual server. And once this is done, I'm gonna do it from the terminal, just because that's most likely what you'll be kind of doing your install from anyway. But I like to always have a web interface because it's a little bit easy and convenient to kind of get in and out quickly to manage your server. So you might go ahead and grab your little drink or something. And get this going. And as we step through this, we'll also enable install SSL as well, and we'll create a self-signed certificate. As part of doing the install. That's almost done. Do this. Looks good to go. All right, let's go ahead and dab into our Apache. Okay, we want to go to sites. We're going to save. Matomo. I use Nano in my terminal text editor, so if you don't have it, you probably have to install it. So now we should be we're good to go now. All right, so now it is Apache time. I'm gonna copy what I have from a have a already set up while I was working with that. So it's good. Let's copy this. Go here and of course it doesn't come out correctly. So I'm gonna have to edit this a little bit because it didn't paste in the way that I would like it to. Justified paragraph. Okay, so that's why I installed. I'm gonna go to the webman that I created here to make sure my IP. Let me get out of here. I'm not gonna save that. Okay, what was it? 3.24. So to access your webman on the terminal, it's the port number is 10,000 over HTTPS. All right, so there we go. And we'll log in. Only account that I have set up is the root. You can create one. You can create another account if you want to. Just for the purpose of this, I'm not going to do all of that. Right, so alright, so this is our Matomo. Let's go ahead and go to our server. We got Apache right here. And what we're going to do, we're going to create a virtual host. And we're going to navigate to our directory. Here. Tomo. Select. Okay. Address, port, default port. We're going to say 80. We're just going to specify 80. Right. Okay, looks good. Server name. Right, allow accesses during. Wow, looks good. Okay, create. All right, so now we're going to do a few little things here. Now we're going to sites equals. Okay, we got. All right, here we go. We got a. There's our file from Matomo. Now we're gonna do a few things here. Let's go ahead and enable SSL. All right, we got a few options. We're gonna disable the default. So 2, we're gonna say this conf 00 not exist. Okay, good. So that's not there. We want to a 2 odd L. All right. Okay, and We're going to restart Apache. Oh, actually, let's do our SSL. We're going to make a self-signed certificate for that. And you can Google, I'll leave it up here on the screen, but you can just Google, how to create a self-signed certificate. It's pretty straightforward, from the terminal. I'll leave this up here for a brief second here. You can pause the video if you want to type in exactly what I have, or you can just Google it. There's all kind of instructions out there how to do a self-signed certificate. Hey, we're just gonna save and I'm not. Organization or unit or whatever you want. And this is your name, or if you're dumb, your name of your server. I like to always use the name of my server, so Matomo, and my network email. Excuse my all right, so that's all set. Our self-signed certificate set. As you can see, it's in our ECT SSL certs and private directory. So now we'll go back to our webmin, and what we'll do here now is we're going to create another virtual server. This time it's going to be 2. I'm going to set the port for 443 and leave everything as is. Okay. We'll apply that. Oh, I forgot to, let me point to my, let's go back here, and under your SSL options, I'm gonna get in there and go to your certificate. So we said that was under here, and then SSL, there, here, and certs, and you can just type. And there's our Apache self-signed cert. And we're going to go to the private key as well. Still private. And there's the Apache cert. You'll save. And we'll apply those changes. Okay, looks good. If we had any problems, I would have kicked us out of there. I'm gonna save that. I like to apply Apache web server changes again. Okay, so if everything is in order, then now when we go to Matomo, what was that 3.24? Well, I know that the web server is working because I'm getting to that's the default Apache. All right, so we're / Matomo, and did I type something in wrong? Okay. This to 10 dot. Save that. Doing the same thing here. All right, so we actually set the IP addresses directly to the server itself. All right, Matomo, okay. I'm trying to go back. I'm gonna delete that server there. All right, so there we go. So I just deleted the default HTML directory. Now we're going there. It says we're not secure, and I'm curious. Let me see if, because we're using a self-signed certificate. Protocol error, which we'll go back and address that. So we have to take a look and see what's going on. All right, so but it's we need to address this here. So to correct this, we're gonna do this on our Matomo directory. And let's go there. We'll paste that in there. So we're essentially changing the owner to www data, which is the, all right, let's take a look. We're gonna refresh. And voila. So we've made it to this point. We've got Matomo installed. There were a few things we had to address as far as getting the permissions corrected on the directory. So we got that. Now you should, once you put in your IP address or host name, whatever, you should come up to the welcome screen, and as you can see, you just step through. We'll hit next. Okay, looks good. You can scroll down here. There's a system checker. There's a few things here that it needs. So what does it say here? You should enable DOM extension, install PHP DOM and PHP XML package. So let's do that real quick. Let's see if we can resolve that. So we'll say apt install PHP DOM, PHP XML, and PHP. It was something else on here. XML and then PHP. we'll see. Let's take a look here. Let me see here. Bam. Paste that in there. Say yes. Alright, so that looks fine. We'll go back to our Matomo installation. It's recommended using Matomo over SSL. Update your forced SSL connection. Valid response. Okay. Oh, let me take a look at. All right, so let's see if I can reforce it to, or we'll refresh. Maybe it'll do a system check one more time for us. Also, I want to check the SSL is enabled. I'm gonna take a look at rewrite this is the Apache rewrite mod. Okay, we've enabled that. Okay. And that's fine. We can come back to some of this. Okay, so database setup, log in, and I'm gonna put in your, I don't even think that we adapter. Might have to go in here and create the database because I don't think database access is denied. So you say take a look. So we're gonna need to create the database information, which I didn't do. So bear with me here. got a database file here that I use, and we're gonna create our Matomo database here. Okay, so you want to say create database Matomo with the semicolon, or colon, I'm sorry, semicolon. And next we're going to create a database user with our password. Make sure you set this up with a strong password. So I'll leave that on the screen so you know what to type in there. Then you will hit enter. Your password does not satisfy. Oh, okay, I guess I need to, I'm gonna have to put in a excuse me. Sorry folks. I have to put in a strong password here, so we will let's do this. I'll just generate some kind of, there we go, that should work. So now we should be good. All right, there we go. So make sure you create a strong password that you're going to use. And next, you want to grant privileges for the database account. All right, so you want to grant all privileges from on Matomo database to the user Matomo, then you're going to flush everything else after that. It's good, and after that you're going to exit. Should be good to go. Now let's go back to our Matomo install, and we're going to use that information that we just used to create our database and our user. So and we're going to use that password that I put in for our account. Go. Okay, let's hit next. And he's thinking, and there we go. Creating tables looks good. We'll hit next. So now we're at our super user login, and then you create your password and things from here. So let's go ahead and admin. And you're going to do a password for your admin, put in your email. You can do you can leave these checked or unchecked. You want to do community updates. Sometimes you want to know, because this isn't the community version, so I'm going to check that and hit next. Right, our user successfully created. Here you're going to put in your web address, so you're going to put in whatever the name of your site. So site name of your website. You're going to put in the actual URL here. So whatever, example.com or whatever. Here you're going to adjust your time zone based on your location. I'm in the US, so we're US, LA. not e-commerce. You can change to e-commerce if you are using an e-commerce site. I'm not, so I'm gonna hit next. All right, bam. So here are the tracking code for the site. So you take this Java code, this JavaScript code. They have a few other mechanisms and methods you can use for tracking. But this will get you the best results here. You take this code, and as it says here, you immediately they say paste it immediately before the closing of your head tag, before the closing. So somewhere in your header, you know, before the head tag is closed out, that's when you're going to place that. So I'm not sure what kind of site you all are using. Might have to connect with your web provider. So ends here. Congratulations, the installation is complete. There's some default Matomo settings here already set, so we're going to continue to Matomo. And it's going to take us to the sign in page here. We're going to sign in with the username or email that you use. And I'm gonna sign in. Wrong username or password. All right, so probably have to use your email. So once you log in, this is pretty much what you're going to get. No data has been recorded yet. Setup instructions. So you have to, in order for it to actually start your tracking, you're going to need to plug this, copy and paste this tracking code into your site. As I said here, there's some integration ways. If you're already using some of these platforms here, WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, SharePoint, Joomla, Shopify, Google Tag Manager, there's some methods to integrate those already. Otherwise, you know, but you'll need to plug this tracking code in, and what you actually end up with, I'm gonna show you my Matomo installation. And what you'll end up with once you plug the tracking code in and you start having some data flow, you end up with analytics data, real-time views like pie charts. It'll show you channels coming in, real-time maps. You'll get views from where traffic's coming in, visitors over time. You got a visitor map, and some other, you know, other nice features where you can actually check real-time visitor location, things like that. You can adjust behavior of the platform itself. You can add additional sites, if you will. So there's a lot of analytical features that you have once you finally get it set up. I know it kind of took us a little bit. I had a few hiccups along the way, but that's the purpose of stepping through the video here. So, you know, as you or we run into problems, you know, you address them as they go, and you see these things happen. And that way, if you know, if you see problems, you know, because a lot of times people put these videos together and they just want to show you everything that goes into it, and it goes through smoothly. Not here at whoyoubwit TV. We're going to show you the ins, the outs, the good, the bad, the up and the downs, the mess ups, the cleanups. So we want to show you, you know, all the little intricacies that can go in sometimes to setting things up, whether it's troubleshooting and stepping through the small little issues that you might run into. So, but I hope you guys kind of followed and stayed with me as we walked through installing Matomo here. Um, there were a few checks and balances, I guess, that we had to address. You know, so and actually when you go, a good place to go, you can actually check there. A lot of this stuff you'll have to address and maybe make some adjustments. You can go in here. It says you have some issues. So there's a few things you can go through. You have to kind of troubleshoot going through to make sure everything is working. As if you know you want to, otherwise the system is working up outside of that. You need to make some permission changes here, but I really like that you can go in here and you can actually see and check and see if you know where you're having errors, if your system is experiencing any system related problems. So you can go through here, take a look. I'm not going to spend the time to go through here, you know, step through each one of these, but just kind of Google. There's a lot of documentation out there on Matomo as far as troubleshooting and working through a lot of the problems here. I might fire up another video later. Maybe we'll go through and try to step through and address some of these, because I did run into the same issue, but you know, it took me a little time. I had to address a lot of the stuff on my own. As you can see here, I don't have any issues or tracking failures. Completely no warnings on my system check, so it can be done. You just have to take a little time to address some of the minor faults here. So it's not going to prevent your system from running, but you know, of course you do want to be working on a system that doesn't have any issues or flaws or problems like that. So you can address those. But in any other case, in a nutshell, the system is up and working. It just, you have to plug in your header code here in order to actually get some actual tracking, as you see here. All right, so that's it. That's Matomo in a nutshell. It's a really good alternative for Google Analytics and tracking for your websites and various other sites you want to gather some analytical information on. All right, so that's all I got for you. I hope you got something out of it, good and or bad. You know, I like the good comments. Yes, I do, but I want to know the bad comments as well. So if you didn't like it, if we could do something better, let me know. Otherwise, I am your gracious host, JC, the hostess that got the mostest tech. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button. And I'ma holler at you on the 33rd. Peace, holla, love y'all, I'm out.